God bless everybody today. It's June 20th of 2024, and I had warned about this potential draft that could happen last year in a video that I did, and now it is actually becoming reality. So I had done this video on September 23 of 2023, approximately 9 months ago, about how I thought they would reinstate the draft at the end of 23 into 24 as we were starting to ramp up all these different wars through the Biden administration and things are starting to get unhinged out here, that they would start a military draft to put our children into conscription and into service so that they could fill their voids that they're having in the military draft and registration, or just people going into service in general. So in the last few days, this happened on June 15, 2024, the House passes a bill to automatically register young men into the draft. This would sort of abolish the secret or the Selective Service and make this, in their opinion, a much more efficient and equitable situation that would include all male men between the age of 18 and 26 would be automatically registered for potential draft. So what they're doing basically is they're getting a head count to determine how many people they can put into service if we go to war. And then right after that, on the 20th, which was today, the Senate. Now you got to wonder about some of this, and I want to explain why I think this is extremely important. So the Senate Democrats have added language to the annual defense authorization bill to require women to register for the draft, prompting a backlash from Republicans and social conservatives on the complications of basically doing this type of legislation to allow men and women to serve under a draft in a war, in a foreign war, where we send our children off to a foreign country, or potentially even have a war in this country, as we're being threatened by Russia and a number of different things here. Now I'm going to get into the weeds because I think this is extremely important that we frame this question properly. And the question is, why would they take our women, since they can't determine what, on the left, a woman really is? You know, I hear this all the time, you know, these universities and stuff. You went out and listened to the universities, and when they were under being questioned by the Congress and different things like that, could not define a woman. Okay, and what a woman was and what makes a woman. And I think this is a real shame, because the woman spent 75 years to gain an equal status to the man, to be able to go out and do work and things like that and have a career and different things like that, just to allow the left to destroy the woman in a few years and basically say they don't know what a woman is, that they can't define a woman, and that they want to basically turn us into a binary type unit. Well, okay, they want to talk about the science. It's always about the science. Fauci and the science of the COVID and why all the stupid happened during COVID. And then when you get into other conversations that revolve around athletics and how men are now allowed to compete against women because they don't know what a woman is. And I want to go real deep into this a little bit, and that's what I mean. It's going to get into the weeds. So look, in my day, it was easy to determine what a woman and a man was because it's science. They keep talking about the science, but when the science doesn't work for their narrative, they throw the science out. Okay, so it only works when it works for their cause. Okay, until you call them out, and then they basically say that you're an extremist. So I guess I'm going to be an extremist here and tell you that a man has a Y chromosome and a woman doesn't. That's how simple it is. It's that simple. And when they can't define, university presidents that have gone through all these different literary studies can't determine what a male and a female is, this is a real problem. When it's in the science books, oh, they don't want to look at the science of man or woman. So let's look at this and see what it says, and this is how you tell whether you're a man or a woman, at least biologically. Now, if you want to be something else and you want to change your sex or whatever, that's different. But you are born as either a man or a woman in most cases. Now, there are deviations from the normal, but in most cases, it's not regular and it doesn't happen that often. So what does it say? A Y chromosome is one of two sex chromosomes, okay, sex chromosomes in humans. The other is an X chromosome. The sex chromosomes form one of 23 pairs of human chromosomes in each cell. The Y chromosome spans more than 59 million building blocks of DNA base pairs and represent almost 2% of the total DNA in cells. Each person normally has one pair of sex chromosomes in each cell. The Y chromosome is represented or presents it in males who have a X and a one X and one Y chromosome, while females have two X chromosomes. So look, when they can't tell you what a woman is, they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be frank about it. This is not a debatable thing. It's built into our DNA structures through these two sex chromosomes, and that you have either an XX or an XY set up depending on whether you're a male or female, and it's that easy to understand. Okay? But what is going on here is because the Democrats can't determine whether you're a female or not, they degrade you into a binary or male almost, or maybe a subhuman, which sort of resonates because if you look at the other side, they follow the Muslims in a lot of ways. And what do the Muslims do in a lot of ways? They have Sharia law. Okay? And what is Sharia law? Now, I'm not going to go into Sharia law because I think it's ridiculous that they treat their women like this. You know, you've spent in this country however many years, 70, 75 years trying to get your rights to be an equal to a male, get paid the same, have the same rights, the ability to vote, all these things that you've worked and strived for decades have been thrown out the window in a few years due to the Democrats. And what do they want to turn you into? This, right here. No identity whatsoever. You just don't exist as a woman. We don't care that you're a woman. You're subhuman. You're worse than a dog in a lot of cases. And we're going to treat you like this. We're going to beat you if you don't do things the way we want. We're going to cover you up, put you in heat with these garments on so you become a subhuman being and you're treated as subhuman. Is this what you want as a woman? Because this is what they're taking you to. These people on the other side on the left, or the gay, whatever communities, transgender communities, don't understand that what they're doing is they're turning the woman into a subhuman. Something less than human, like less than their animal, that treat you like dogs or worse than dogs. Do you want to live like that? Is that what you want for your children? Is that what you want for your daughters and your wife? Maybe some of you do, but I'm pretty sure the women don't want to live like that. I'm pretty sure most of these women, unless they have been indoctrinated into this kind of a system, don't want to be like this and don't want to live like this and want to be educated, because they don't educate them a lot of times. Well, if you keep them stupid enough, maybe they just won't realize they're a woman. And in this country, if we throw the science out of DNA, sex chromosomes, maybe they just won't realize they're a woman. Okay? Because we can't determine what a woman is. We have no definition for a woman anymore. Why is that? And do you want to live like this? Do you want to live like these people with these terrible garments on that they have to be, if it's 100 degrees out, these people suffer. They don't want you to have an identity because they want the men to control you, to make you subservient to their cause, their every will, their every whim, to degrade you, to demean you, to turn you into less than a human. So when they go to the point that they want to draft our women, it's amazing that the Senate Democrats know what a woman is. Wow, it works when it works for them. You're a woman now because they want to draft you and they're going to take you into service because you're not a man. You're actually a woman. Wow, what a concept. Men and women. Two different groups of people based on genetics and chromosomes called sex chromosomes that are in almost every cell of your body through X and Y chromosomes that distinguish us and who we are. So when these morons, and I'm going to call them morons because that's what they are, if you can't go into the science and determine what a female is, or even a male at this point, because they want to make us all binary, this is where you end up. But the Democrats will use this as a weapon when it comes to their cause. And not only are they going to draft your men, they're going to draft your women between 18 and 26, because this isn't a normal war coming up. This is a world war between multiple major superpowers. Okay, you have a division between the East and West happening between the G7 and BRICS, okay, which is going to fracture the whole world. And this is why they're doing a head count on your children right now so they can get ready to take them to war. I'll guarantee most of their kids aren't going to go to war. They'll find a way out of it. They'll never send their children off to war unless they just want to go. But why would the elite send their children off to war when they can kill you all off and pick up the pieces and add the wealth to their collection by the time they're done? Because that's what they always do. They send your children off to war, kill your children so that they can get ahead and hold power in this world. I've been explaining this for a while, and I've warned you that this is coming. And I'm in the crosshairs because I have a 24-year-old woman daughter in my room, okay, that I'm concerned about. They're going to take her to another country so that she can be killed, or worse, maybe. I don't know what's worse than killed, but they might torture them, abuse them. You look at what's gone on with the hostages in Israel for 8 months. Now they think that maybe less than 50 of them are alive. Maybe that's why they don't want to do a hostage deal, because there's not enough of them left to matter. And that's why Hamas is stepping on this, because you know what? Israel's trying to work with them to try to get their people back and stuff. Hamas is the one that's holding this back now. So just realize that they're trying to conscript your sons and daughters. They're going to probably before the end of the year, because Joe Biden's going to put you into a war that he can't get out of. Every time Joe goes out and talks, he says something really stupid and gets us everybody into a problem. So just realize that this is happening, and that everything's moving quickly. So God bless and have a great night.